yet, or and there it is now. We back. Pull up my stats. Why ain't get the notification when we up on Facebook on YouTube, right?
Yep, we live.
Well, I guess I'll start even though I don't see it. Welcome to another episode of the Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast. You got Wayne and Tim. I want to first personally apologize for the last game. I was tied up. Tim was ready to go as usual, and it was me. Not I'm not going to say that other people couldn't have came on, but since y'all used to seeing me and Tim at every Sixers game, but Sixers had a rough one last game, but this game they bounced back. Embiid. Let me tell you something, bro. I think Embiid saw at the half. First of all, Bamba has 28 at the half.
At the half, he was balling.
He finished the game with 32 though, but he was balling, and
he got foul trouble.
Embiid had 24 at the half though, so Embiid was doing his thing too. But after that, Embiid can't. Sound like we got somebody else popping in there. After that, okay. After that, Embiid came out and did his thing in the second half.
He did.
Tobias had a solid game, but tonight was all about Embiid. He dropped 50 on him in 27 minutes.
So that's it. I thought Doc was playing himself by putting him in the game at the end on the fourth quarter. I mean, he was at 47, let him score 3 points. I agree. I can see why you want to put him in there to get the 50, but that's, to me, that was kind of a little dangerous. I don't want to poo-poo because I'm glad he did get that 50, but that was a little dangerous. Because you saw a ball on the floor, looked like he messed up his knee out there at the last minute playing in garbage time. You see the guy get hurt. So I mean that was a little dangerous on Embiid and Doc's part to go out there. But man,
they gave the young boy a start tonight. The Philly young boy got to say he got to start in front of Philly tonight. Charlie Brown. I like his energy. I don't know about his offensive skill set, but his energy, I do like what he brings. I mean, I don't know how many minutes I want to see him get and whatever on a regular basis, but I do like seeing a young boy play though, man. I think he brings a energy. I think he brings a Philly energy to the game.
Yeah. I know everybody probably want to know about Embiid. I'm going to give him his props.
They're going to ask you.
I said he was the MVP. And I said that before everybody said, I said he was playing like the MVP. And clearly he's playing like the MVP. He is the MVP of the league right now. I mean, I don't care what y'all say about anybody else. I know Moran is doing his thing. A couple other boys doing that thing, but Joel Embiid, did you see the moves he was put? I mean, that fadeaway. If you got that fadeaway down pack, ain't nobody blocking it. The ball Bamba is 7 feet tall. He couldn't get to it.
Right, but that's why I say about Embiid in his mid-range game and everything else like that. It's a shame that you needed Embiid to do that tonight because the Sixers as a team, they was letting Orlando hang around. But then
we gotta make a move as a team. We gotta help Embiid out.
I agree.
We got Steph. What's wrong with Steph? What Steph have? Steph. Yeah,
Steph had 5 points.
Terrible. Maxey did decent. Toby, he shows up. I don't want to say garbage time, but
garbage time. It was non-event.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Was it in garbage? He wasn't. What did he have in the first half? What did Toby have in the first half?
13, I think. I would like to see them do better. I like to see the rest of the team do better, especially against Orlando. Come on, they're a bad team, struggling team. You would like for these games you see the other dudes get off too. You know what I mean? But
only thing I say, I get what y'all saying with that, but this, like I say, I always go back to what Clyde Drexler said years ago. He said the first half is for show, the second half for dough. The first half, the Sixers let them hang around, but the Sixers, for real, it wasn't even close this game. The Sixers stomped the mud hole in them the second half. We were up 20, and then we didn't need Embiid
what quarter they took off.
Third quarter.
No, I thought it was in the third quarter that we started taking off.
We started the second. We remember at the half we was down 10.
We was down.
And then we then we blew them out in the third quarter. I mean, it was the
third quarter we blew them away, and that's what I'm saying. Like you didn't even, Embiid only played 27 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So, but I do hear what you're saying because it feels like it shouldn't even be that close early on. But sometimes I think you play to the competition.
It was all big, man. I mean, talk about put a team on your back. I can't want more props. You know how much more props I give him. He did everything. He wasn't missing. He was on fire.
Yeah,
fadeaways and everything. Getting fouls. I don't know what was that. Bamba though. What he had like 7 threes.
Bamba.
He was in his bag.
Shots up too. He was active.
I like Orlando, yo. I like that squad. Orlando.
They got a little young squad. They can try to grow together, but what happened? What should have happened? We should have married Walker. We did.
But Miz said he has a problem with Maxey. I mean, Maxey shot 6 for 10. I mean, 14 points. Like, I don't know. I really don't. I get it because it's like you want to come out. You want your team to come out and just wax a team like this. But that being said, we kind of did in the second half. We did when we came out and we put it to it and we put that foot on the pedal. We smacked them around to where we really didn't need our starters down the stretch. So I mean, I get it. I get it because you want a team to come out with that energy with everybody. But that's just like after the Washington game. I thought the Sixers in that Washington game that we just played, I thought the Sixers looked tired. They did all that traveling back and forth, and I think that they was tired coming out in that game.
I mean, think about it. It was a 2:00 that game, and they had just played 2 nights before flying in from Miami, so they
played back to back 2 nights before. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that was. I give them a pass on that game, but I like that boy Cole Anthony. He got a dog in him. That's what I kind of want to see from Maxey. He had like 4 dunks in a game, and if going back to Seth Curry, what you was talking about, Ethan. Seth Curry, there's something going on there. I don't think he's really a starter for a championship caliber team, to be honest with you. He's just not that boy. Some days he can get his shots off, the other days he can't. He struggled defensively. The reason why we got down by 20 because that backcourt was just struggling big time.
I mean, listen, they got some players that they got Suggs. Ain't he a rookie?
They got a lot of young boys.
Yeah. Jalen. What y'all think about the rookie class this year, though? They making any noise?
I mean, ain't Anthony from Minnesota a rookie?
No, that's last year.
Well, he's a 2nd-year player.
Yeah. The rookie, I think Houston drafted. Houston, Detroit, Orlando. Cade Cunningham, I think, is one.
Yeah, Cade Cunningham, the boy from Detroit was pretty good.
He's all right. And the boy from Houston, but they ain't really making noise like, you know what I mean? You know how you hear.
But I agree with you. And that's how come
quiet.
That's how come I don't get caught up on this when people talk about trading for number 1 draft picks. And you never know what that draft class will be.
But this goes to remember your argument you and Ephraim had? This goes to the argument about the NBA has to better their product because these dudes is coming out way early and they're not ready.
But I don't think it's necessary because guess what? If you would have had I don't think that's necessarily the problem because my thing is if you would have had certain guys, let me see how to explain it. No matter what, dudes would have been coming out whenever they was coming out. I don't think that just necessarily being in college longer is going to make you a better player. I don't think that because I don't think college necessarily is conducive to the NBA game. Look at Duke. Duke for years would have all these great college players and then come in the NBA and just be like role players. So I think that you can learn more from the pro aspect of what the pro game is, in my opinion. So, and it is what it is. Like, and they just need to develop the guys that they got. They stop giving up on guys after like 2 years if you draft them at 19.
Franz Wagner is doing good. He came out at 20. What was he, an 8 pick? He was number 8 or something, right? How many years he doing college? 1, 2.
Yeah, go.
He did 2 years. He did 2. See, that's enough. He did 2 years in college, not one and done. I'm just saying. But
is something mixed? Is something missing with Maxey game?
Like I think Maxey's still trying to find his game, honestly.
Because I do like him and everything. I don't know if I need him to be more aggressive early on, and to me, I think he needs to focus more on his mid-range shot because you're not going to always be able to get to the hole all the time. And I need that little mid-range pull-up shot, kind of the ball. Like, what's the backup point guard for ball that they had? Patty Mills. Like, if he has something that he can just knock down, I think that would propel
Patty Mills, a 3-point shooter though.
Yeah, I mean, but Maxey
he ain't no point guard. He tried to run point. If you watch a couple times, he tried to run point, and he was getting his pockets picked over there for the Nets.
But Maxey, he did hit two big baskets in the third quarter. That third quarter, everybody got off. But I just need a little bit something. Last 2 games, like he's been struggling. I don't know if it's the competition, but I just need him to be more aggressive.
I mean, was he really struggling? You saying Maxey?
Yeah.
I think he just didn't put up shots. It wasn't like he shot horrible or anything. Like,
well, you got to be more like because he's like Doc. He telling me to be more aggressive. Like, I don't want Doc to tell you do it.
But I think that's what he is. Remember, that's what we was talking about. Like he's like that. I'm telling you what he got to do. Either he got to cut them little kid and play braids, the crisscross braids.
Yeah.
He either got to grow some real braids, like some dreads, or he got to cut that joint down, or grow a fro hawk or something. He got that little kid haircut, man.
He might got to get his own spot.
He got to get some tattoos.
He got to get some with his mom and dad. He might have to get his own spot and just man up. Like,
I like Maxey though. He a good dude though. But I definitely need to see a little bit of, you know what I'm saying. He gotta go hang out in some of the gutter areas or something. He gotta go run down. What's the joint that all the pros and stuff will go down? Gustine Lake. He gotta go run down Gustine Lake or something. You know what I'm saying? Run some rock down there.
Like 50 points by Joel.
No, listen, we not hating on Maxey. All of us in here have always liked Maxey.
Yeah.
But it's something about it's like he's too, and it kind of go to what we was talking about with the Eagles, like when Joe Banner was saying how they like to have these nice guys. Like, and there's nothing wrong. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong. You can't have nice guys that could be ballers, but you need some dog in you. Like yeah. Embiid is kind of ill with it. Like Embiid don't care. He gonna talk trash. He gonna do whatever he do and then back it up. Like we got a lot of nice guys that's like they scared to stir the pot. And sometimes you need a couple dudes on the squad that's, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna feel some kind of way.
Yeah.
Remember, Maxey did have some tough assignment tonight though. You know, guarding their guards. He got some nice quick guards. So
he been going. Him and Cole Anthony, they used to go at each other all the time. They know each other. It should have been a battle. I would like to have seen a battle between them two tonight.
Cole didn't do that good. Cole didn't do that good tonight.
He didn't do great, but he still was kind of
like, what do he have? Like 13, 1 for 5 from 3 or something like that. He ain't do that great.
He had some nice dunks in the game.
I mean,
and Brandon, I agree. We all been saying that about that he's not really a point guard. He's a hybrid guard who's not a extremely
like
well.
Lou Will.
But he's not a real good shooter. Lou Will a better shooter?
Lou Will developed himself a better shooter though. Maxey still got time. Yeah. You know, his 3 is getting better this year if you're watching.
Oh, it is definitely. I agree with that.
But that's an issue now because that's one of now to Ben's point, even though I think Ben was out of pocket with it. It is a difference when you coming on a team that's ready to win. So now when you have now if Maxey had another point guard in there, then you could afford. That's why I'm saying I wouldn't be mad if we got another point guard and brought Maxey off the bench to be that spark off the bench, that 2 guard to let him free range, give him that free range to do what he can do well. Because I agree with Ethan, and Ephraim is making a point that he's not a point guard. And
again, Wayne, you just mentioned something. You see how this young Magic team is able to play and just develop and shoot, and now you're seeing progressions from all those young fellas. This is what Ben was saying he didn't get the opportunity. It was always an early expectation for them
Please
to win right away.
Please don't use every opportunity you can to bring Ben up. Please,
no, I'm just saying this is the example that Ben was saying.
But you know why I don't buy that? You know why you can't buy that with it? Because I don't want to hear that he didn't get that, because he had his opportunity. He had the same opportunity as he came in here 1 year. He came in here 1 year later than
the first time they won 50 games. The first time they got on the court together.
1 year later than Embiid. He came in here 1 year later than Embiid. So you telling me that we see how Embiid has progressed under the same scope. We see where Embiid is at. So you telling me that that's Ben Simmons. His mindset is not built like that.
But he didn't get that shot.
Let me ask y'all, do y'all think of any plays ran for Seth? Or is it just in the flow of the game? Maybe he'll get to a spot and they'll kick him the ball.
No, they run plays with Seth.
They run a lot of plays with him. They run action under Embiid.
He had 5 points tonight. How many plays you think they ran from? He only took, what did he take, 7 shots?
But I don't think he takes the shots. I think they run the same plays for him that they used to run for JJ, like with B set the pick, and I think they run a lot of plays for Seth.
He's not quick. He's not a quick shooter like JJ.
That's why he couldn't. That's why he scored tonight, because he's not a quick shooter, and they got a bunch of young boys that can get right back on him on D.
Yeah, they can recover fast on it because he don't get the ball.
Exactly. They ran the plays. He just can't get a shot off.
Yeah. We really as much as we blew that team out and as good as we look, we still gotta, upgrade that Seth Curry position, man.
I agree.
Gotta upgrade that position.
Speaking of upgrades, I'll
put it this way: we gotta upgrade a position, whether it be the small forward, the 2 guard, or the point. We have to upgrade one of those positions, and then I think that it makes the other guys better if they don't have. Like if you bring in a bona fide small forward that can score and do intangibles, that makes everybody else better. If you bring in a bona fide 2 guard that can do that, then everybody else could slide down and their role gets decreased. So or a point guard. Like I said, if we get a bona fide point guard that could come in and run its squad and everything else, I can bring a Maxey off the bench to give us that jolt off the bench. So we do need something, though. Somebody said Tim got a shrine of Ben in his basement. Tim, you muted. You know that, right?
Oh, my bad. No, I mean, I see what y'all saying, and we do need to upgrade in position. Do y'all think Morey, because y'all know this week something came out, a report came out that that Sacramento was willing to take Tobias Harris and Ben Simmons off our hand in exchange for we getting a couple of first-round picks, Halliburton. They had a couple of boys. They had Barnes in there as well as a couple other guys. Buddy Hield. When y'all saw that, was that good enough for you guys? Was that trade good enough?
Good enough for me.
I think it definitely make us better because it'll make us better because no matter what, Ben Simmons not playing. So I think Toby and Barnes could be about a wash, but then you're adding a Halliburton instead of.
And the Hills are excellent. Is he shooting 40 or 39% from 3, shooting like 8 threes a game?
Hield is like Seth Curry, except I will give Hield this. Hield will shoot more, but they're just dudes that's going to shoot. That's it. But Hield is more aggressive on the shooting though.
What you mean? I don't understand that statement. They dudes that just shoot. That's it. That's what you want. You got B's, so you need to spread the floor. You need dudes that can get their shot up and off.
So why you don't understand me saying that they're like the same person? They just spot up shooters.
They're not the same person. They're not. He's more athletic than Seth. They're not the same person.
What does Buddy Hield do other than set up and shoot jump shots? All he does is shoot threes.
And he makes them at a high clip, and he shoots a high amount. He shoots 9. Look, for instance.
I get it. That's what I said. But they're similar players, though. They're similar players. He just shoots more.
Now,
you think he's going to shoot as much on this squad?
He's better than Curry.
Well, are you hesitant to include Matisse Thybulle in the trade? Because the way, according to Key Pompey of the Philadelphia Inquirer, they said we was going to get Buddy Hield, Tyrese Halliburton, Harrison Barnes, and 2 first-round picks for Ben Simmons, Tobias, and Matisse. I don't think
they ain't want Matisse.
We didn't want to give
taller.
Did they want Matisse?
Yeah, and Matisse. Those 3 players,
younger and more athletic.
But see, you're saying younger, taller, more. But I get where the Sixers is going from. Whereas though, is that necessarily what you got to do? If you feel like you have a team now that you want to compete and win now, is getting younger making you better? Or now you got to develop other players.
If you can get younger, better, and more athletic, yes.
They're not rookies.
But just because they're more athletic don't necessarily mean that they're better.
So you don't think Buddy Hield is better than Seth Curry?
I think they're about the same person.
No, one is 6'5", one is actually taller.
That's what I just said. That's what I just said. Oh my goodness.
I mean, I think they're about the. Would I take it? Yeah, I'd take it. But I'll put it this way: I don't think that it's a drastic difference between them.
Goes to the bench where he needs to be.
I'm fine with that too, but I don't think that they're drastic. I don't think that difference is as drastic as y'all saying that it is.
I think that he averaged 20 one year. I don't think Seth would ever do that.
Okay.
Oh, Herb was like, if Sixers make that trade, Kings in the playoffs next year, I agree. They'd definitely be a playoff team.
Of course, Herb say that because Herb's a Ben Simmons fan.
With Ben and Toby?
Toby.
And who's their coach? And who's their coach?
They're in the lottery.
And they still got De'Aaron Fox and everything over there. Oh, they be cool.
So what are you going to do with Ben Simmons and De'Aaron Fox?
You let De'Aaron Fox play shooting guard.
De'Aaron Fox is not a shooter.
He's a scorer.
He don't shoot. So you gonna have 2 guards. So you gonna have 2 guards in the backcourt that can't shoot.
And get some shooters. I mean, we got it. We got that right now.
And what shooter they going? And what shooter they? Yeah, but we also have Joel Embiid. And what shooter they going to have because they going to trade Buddy Hield? So now you just going to have Ben Simmons and De'Aaron Fox being in your backcourt.
They ain't doing nothing right now. They need this.
I mean,
and Tobias in your front court.
They work with Ben and Seth, so we'll see. I never said Seth was our best player. First of all, that was Ephraim kept screaming that about Seth Curry. I've never screamed that about Seth being our best player.
He said second best. No, I don't think nobody disputed B being the best player on our team.
We all know. We all knew that Seth Curry thing. We talked about that before. I don't know where you've been at, Jamar, but Seth's a bench player. He's a role player. I thought we already made that statement. He did have a couple good games where he got like 20, 25. But other than that,
it was some people saying Seth Curry was our closer. And listen, that was the whole discussion last year. That's why I said to me, Ben Simmons was our second best player. Tobias was the third. Seth was our fourth. That's how I felt last year. And I still feel that was the dynamic for that team last year.
So,
I mean, listen, we did what we supposed to do tonight. Crush. It's good to see B drop 50. What's the high for the year? Anybody know? Don't they usually have like the high score for the year? 50 got to be up there somewhere.
If it was a close game, Embiid would have got like 60 because he had 20. He only played 27 minutes and got 50.
Where does B rank now in MVP? Who's up there? Is it
he's
still?
He's one.
Who is it? Seth? I mean, Steph? Is it Steph B?
It was Durant, Giannis? But Durant is going to lose some votes because he's out.
You got to have Giannis. You got to have Giannis in there. Joker has to be in the mix because he's putting up similar numbers to what he did last year when he won it.
How's their team doing?
They're about in the same position the Sixers are.
No.
No,
they're not.
What? Why ain't they?
Denver ain't nowhere near as good as the Sixers are right now.
They were like in fifth seed. They were like a fifth seed in the West.
Let me see. Denver.
Yeah, look at the standings. I mean, this was a couple games ago, unless something drastically changed since then. Denver was like the 5th or 6th seed, and the Sixers was
they like the 8th seed.
Are they now?
I don't know. Let me look.
No, you guesstimate.
They 6.
I'm about to say Tim guesstimate. That's what I'm saying. They're about the same. But that being said, I think it makes a difference that when you look at the Sixers with Embiid and without Embiid, it makes a drastic difference. Even though I get it because you don't see that with Joker because Joker has been there. But when you see that this team without Embiid, they're not sniffing the playoffs. I'm sorry, they're not. Without Embiid, they're not sniffing the playoffs. With Embiid, they go for about a second round playoff game. but
So
they do need to move.
The Suns are still number one. So,
Master Craft, you said you see Jokic as trash. I'm not calling Joker trash, bro. What? Joke offensively, Joker got the whole package. Like he can shoot, he can dribble, he can rebound. I'm saying he can pass. I just think that Embiid is a more dominant player because Embiid dominates both sides of the ball.
Ben failed Ben. Let's
get that Ben failed Ben.
Ben failed Ben. It had nothing to do with Philly. It's all about Ben's mentality, his mental makeup. Ben failed Ben.
Ben failed Philly. He actually failed Philly because of the fact that if he kept taking those steps that he should have been taking, we probably would be the best team in the league and we'd probably be competing for an NBA championship this year. But he chose, and I'm a big Ben Simmons fan, as most of y'all know. But the fact that he was so unwilling to forgive Doc and Embiid off of one thing that they said when they was riding for him all year long, that kind of make him like a real nut character. Because I mean, everybody can say we love you, Ben. We need you, Ben. We're a better team with Ben. And then the moment that Doc says something that he doesn't like, he just say, "I'm done with you." I mean, to me. And I was talking to the email the other day, like that shows that you spoiled. You always got what you want your entire life, and that you really you kind of selfish, and that's hard for me to get past that. Even though I am a fan of the Bull.
Hey, email. Listen, I get it. Listen, I don't think any of us like Brett. I know I couldn't stand Brett from the jump, and I know some people was telling me you got to give him a chance. You know, we rebuild and give it. I thought he brought a loser mentality to the team. So. That being said, and I do think that Brett was a detriment to other players, a lot of the players on his team, but the reason why I can't put everything with Ben on Brett is, like Tim just said, you had Doc come in here. Doc spoke up for Ben the whole season. When everybody was questioning Doc, putting Doc under fire, well, Ben Simmons only scored and Doc was like, he's doing what we need him to do, as long as he's this, that, and the other. And then when it came down to it and the way Ben lumped up, Doc said, I don't know if we could win with him at the point. And he was giving an honest assessment, and all of a sudden Ben Simmons, everybody hating on me. Like at some point in time, you got to take accountability for yourself.
Yeah,
you got to let's not get it twisted. As much as I don't like Brett Brown said Ben Simmons needs to shoot. Brett said that, and Ben came out right after Brett said Ben Simmons needs to shoot the open three. They said never, and Ben determined not to shoot it just out of spite.
Never shot one. That's it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I can't get. And mind you, I haven't been as big of a pro Ben guy as Tim has. But like I said, I thought Ben was the second best player on the team. I thought Ben brought stuff to the team. I thought he brought a lot to the team. That being said, I cannot vouch for him for the stuff that he's pulling now. That kind of stuff that he's doing now is the kind of stuff that makes you not want him on your team because he's not mentally capable of. And I'm not saying, I'm not calling him crazy or nothing. I'm just saying I want that mindset. Like I appreciate Embiid when Embiid cried off the court and everybody did all the memes and everything else. Embiid said, "I'm going to come back better." When Embiid lost last year, he says, "I'm going to come back better." When Ben fails, it's like, well, everybody else failed too. Like, no, come back better. Do better.
And he decided that he just be stubborn. Like, just stop being stubborn. Just come in and just rock with you. See, I'm not the type to say I don't want you back. I do want Ben back. Hey, like half of the fans in Philly are saying no, we don't want him. I think we're a better team with him. I think what we should do is try to get Tobias out of here, get an upgrade at that position. And they also saying that Morey, his ideally he wants Harden. Harden actually wants to come to Philadelphia. Even on part of the interruption today, that was the lead story. They was talking about somehow Morey is the whole thing is Harden. Even if they win a title in Brooklyn this year, he's kind of done with Brooklyn. He does want to come to Philadelphia and be under Morey again. So that looks like
who said that?
It was on a partner interruption with Mike Wilborn.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Wilborn, that was the lead story today. So
who wants to come back to Philadelphia?
That Harden wants to come with Morey to Philadelphia.
I would love that. The shame of it is we would have to wait a whole nother off season for that.
You gotta wait a whole season.
Because anything can happen in that time. Embiid
get hurt or something.
Knock on wood or whatever else. Knock on wood, and anything can happen. We know Embiid's injury history and everything else. So I do agree that right now we need a move. But that's why I agree with you when you're saying like if we trade Tobias for another piece, I'm fine with that. And I'm not just fine with just giving Ben away for just any random piece. Because no matter what, there is value in Ben Simmons. I get it. I get it. A lot of people can't stand him. They don't like him for what he did, but there is value in what Ben Simmons could bring to a team. And we know how general managers are. They swear they know better than anybody else. So it's like in their mindset, well, if I get him here, see, he feels that way. I'll treat him like this and he'll do that. But then he'll go there and throw a temper tantrum too. But let them think how they're going to think and get somebody to get him.
And the crazy thing is Harden gets you those assists. Like he can get you 10 assists a game easy without a struggle. So I like that move. And I like the fact that he's taller. So it might be a good move, but I don't want to waste the season. Like you said, I don't want to waste. This is a great season that Embiid is having right now. And I don't want to waste it at all.
Hey, email. I agree that Brett didn't hold anybody accountable, but this is why I can't blame Brett on Ben on Brett all the way, because Brett didn't hold anybody accountable, but the minute Doc held Ben accountable, Ben turtled up. Yeah. Doc didn't put nothing on Ben that whole time, but the minute he said to Ben that he has to do better at something, Ben turtled up. Doc wanted to send help out there to him to help him to do the things that they need him to do. And Ben said, no, I don't want it. So who's to say if Brett Brown would have said and held people accountable that Ben Simmons would have reacted to it? Ben Simmons already feels as though he's an accomplished player. He's there. He doesn't feel a need to get better and to be great. Ben Simmons feels as though he's already where he needs to be. Some guys want to get better. Some guys want to be all-time greats. I think Joel wants to be an all-time great. I think in his mind, I think he wants to be the best center that ever played. So, but I don't think that Ben Simmons is that type dude. Ben Simmons is the type of dude like, yeah, I'm on an all-star team. I'm good. So, I mean, that's his mentality.
And Shaggy 237, he says Sixers need a dominant guard, and I couldn't agree with you more. That's the one thing that we missing. You need a dominant guard, someone who can just get buckets whenever.
So Herb, who would you rather? If you say you don't want, all right, this is what I need to understand, and I'm gonna read the comments. But if you're saying you don't want Harden because he'll be 33 and this, that, and other, who are you saying you want in here? Because Ben Simmons is not coming back. I understand you're anybody that's a Ben Simmons fan and a Ben Simmons enthusiast and Ben Simmons supporter. Ben said he does not want to come back. So that being said, if you're telling me you can bring in a James Harden instead of Ben Simmons, and you're telling me that that's not going to be good, you're talking for a couple of years. I'm not worried about somebody 33. If he can still ball at a certain level, I want him now. We're not looking at 3 years from now. I don't care about 3 years from now. Embiid might have a blown out knee 2 years from now. So I don't care. We have the best center in the league right now. I want him to have help. And he's that dominant of a force that if you give him adequate help and another star player, they can go to the finals by themselves.
Easy,
in my opinion.
AI did it with just himself and some good role players, so it can be done.
No, Herb. Accountability and blame. They did both. You know why you can't win that argument? Because they said to Ben Simmons, "We're going to send help out to you for what we need you to do." So they're holding him accountable for his free throws and everything else. We're going to send help to you. And Ben Simmons said, no, I'm okay with what I've been doing. So he does not want to be held accountable for what he did wrong. And I don't care what you say. That pass was dumb. He should have dunked on Trae Young.
Dybul should have hit those free throws.
He should have, but your second best player overall should have been. That's when you want your best player should take the ball in their hands and do what they're supposed to do.
That was,
and I assumed that Ben Simmons was the second best player on the team. So I would like to see what I wanted to see is Ben Simmons and Embiid take charge of those games down the stretch.
If we had this Embiid last year, we wouldn't be having this discussion right now. This is a total different Embiid. Embiid, you talking about Embiid and his turnovers and everything. Last year, he didn't give us what we needed.
Because this Embiid knows he has to play point guard at sometimes because our point guard's not there. Last year, Embiid was trusting Ben Simmons is going to be our point guard. So he wasn't expecting to have to handle the ball, bring the ball up court. That's not what you see Embiid doing last year.
But Ben's defense was spectacular in that series. Mm-hmm. He did well. He did.
Well, what? His passing was lovely too, because I think Seth Curry gets as many points when he scored like 30-something points or 29 or whatever it was.
Yeah,
I think it was a huge part of Ben Simmons.
Exactly.
But they said Ben Simmons didn't want to touch the ball in the fourth quarter of the last 3 games, and that's why I placed the bulk on him. He went away from what he was doing in previous games.
All right.
DTM is nowhere in the world that was ever a good pass. You got a 6-foot point guard that plays no defense standing in front of you after you just made a drop step on a Gallinari. His mindset, when you that size and that big, do you think LeBron would have passed out of that? Do you just think about any big man, any like big wing man? Do you think that any of the rest of them will pass out of that if they see Trae Young in front of them? They're going to salivate to want to dunk on him and hold the rim, all that. But he passed it.
He was going through some things. I understand. I get it. But yo, thanks for joining us tonight. You know, we're gonna be here every night after every Sixers game, except when Wayne feel like taking off. Like, nah. Well, we will Friday, I think. Who we play Friday night?
I don't know. That's a good question.
We got a game coming up on Friday night. I think it's a good game. I forget who it is.
I know I can't wait till February 2nd because I can't wait till we play Washington. B gonna drop 50 on him. Montreal Harrell he's a sucker.
That was funny though. It actually was funny.
All that flexing and everything else, they gonna get mopped.
Yeah, but we got a good winning night over Orlando, young upstart team. Actually, we played the Clippers. So the Clippers are in town. We played them. We'll be on after the game.
Are the Clippers missing anybody this week?
They missing Paul George and
PG is out now?
Oh yeah, he been out for a while.
Listen. Oh yeah, that's right. They was talking about like the Clippers. We might got to watch the Clippers because the Clippers might be in sell mode now. Because Kawhi probably leave.
They were saying that. All right, tell us what you think. Leave a comment and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification button. You know where the catches will be on after the next podcast.
And that like button. Peace.
Oh yeah.